The upper-lower split is one of the most effective ways to maximize muscle growth and organized resistance training. Hi, I'm Nate Byrne, and I'm going to give you more information about the upper-lower split and how it promotes muscle growth. For those of you that might already be experts on this, I hope to deepen your understanding. And for those of you that aren't experts, I hope to optimize your training and make it more efficient, making you better looking and stronger individuals. Personally, I've been participating in this split for about 1.5 years now, and I can safely say that the numbers speak for themselves. I went from 225 to 315 on bench, and I went from 365 to 405 on squat, even in the midst of an MCL tear. In preparation though, because I'm not going to be some self-proclaimed expert, I overviewed multiple peer-reviewed articles, and I have 3 that I will share about today. And through frequency, rest, and progressive overload, I will show you how the upper-lower split can optimize your training. Frequency is how often a muscle or muscle group is trained within a certain period, typically a week. And we see how this promotes hypertrophy. In this graph here, see these red lines indicate muscle groups that are more effectively grown with lower frequency, but then we see all of these blue lines that indicate that these are favored by high frequency, and I think that this margin speaks for itself. I don't know about you. And the fact that higher frequency that the upper-lower split has promotes hypertrophy is evident in the academic journal. The effectiveness of frequency-based resistance training protocols on muscular performance and hypertrophy in trained males, a critically appraised topic. We read, increased training volume in subsequent training sessions with adequate recovery time between sessions could be an appropriate consideration, considering that it would be a day saving and induce hypertrophic body composition and muscular strength gains. But how does it compare to other splits? See, in upper-lower split, we have 2 days or 2 sessions to train one muscle or one muscle group. So let's say you train chest twice a week. You're going to see more growth from that because you're putting more stress on it more often. But with the bro split, which is one muscle group every day, so there's chest on Monday, legs on Tuesday, what have you, we see that this doesn't help grow any sort of muscle because you're not training it enough. But there's benefits beyond this muscle growth. You see caloric expenditure because you're doing stuff more. And then we see more consistency because you have a more fit schedule and you're not more willingly susceptible to skipping on legs, which I know I did before I started this split. But you can't have the benefits of frequency without resting. Rest is extremely important, and we see this in this little picture. We see that it helps you be at lower risk for injury, recover faster from illness or injury, have more muscle tissue growth, and balanced fatigue. We also see that it helps with sleep here, and of course promotes muscle growth. That seems to be a theme here now. This rest, obviously, I just said, prevents overtraining, which is a deep issue within other splits, like the bro split. Like I just mentioned, you seem to overtrain without getting any rest because you're going day after day after day. But you need 48 hours in between training sessions to truly grow. And with the upper-lower split, you have upper days, like on a Monday, and then you would have lower day, and then you would have a rest day, and then you'd be back to lower. So you get that 48 hours of rest that is backed by scientific literature everywhere. In the academic journal, basal hormones and biochemical markers as predictors of overtraining syndrome, and sorry about that, in male athletes, aerospace study, it states recovery requires days to even weeks, and if followed by appropriate rest can lead to increased performance. Alternating between upper and lower days ensures active recovery. But what does this cause? It causes progressive overload. Progressive overload is the gradual increase of stress on the muscles that is derived from achieving more reps or more weight week to week. So let's say on Monday I hit 225 for 6 on bench, then the next week I'm wanting to hit 230 for 6 or even 230 for 4. We want to increase the weight or increase the reps so that we're putting more stress on the muscles and causing it to grow and grow and grow. And this cannot be done without the aforementioned frequency and rest. Upper lower split is far more suitable for progressive overload than others. You are 2 times more likely, to progressively overload week to week because you're training the muscle group 2 times. So you're training chest, and if you don't achieve it on that one session, you go to the next session 48 hours later and you achieve that. With bro split or any other split, you get one time to try and make it, and sometimes you don't, and that does not help you in the long run because you're not able to progress. The separation, another benefit of this, the separation causes it to, of upper and lower, makes it easier to track because you know that you have your upper movements one day and you have your lower movements the other day. It's so much easier to process than oh, what did I do that day? Oh, I don't know, I maybe hit chest because I skipped legs again. Typical. But here's how you apply it. You have linear progress adding 5 pounds weekly, like I just said. And we see this linear progress in this graph that I acquired. And we see the red is represented by strength progressing over time. And we see blue is representative of muscle growth. And this is with higher frequency training and proper rest. In this academic journal, Improving Muscle Size with Whiter's Principle of Progressive Overload in Non-Performance Athletes, we read, to improve muscle size, we should need to create a training stimulus that elicits the 3 mechanisms for muscle growth: mechanical tension, muscle damage, and metabolic stress, which is the definition of progressive overload. And in conclusion, with frequency, rest, and progressive overload, you can optimize your training, make it more efficient, and become a better lifter overall. And by understanding how to train more efficiently and applying the concepts I have talked about today, even the most experienced lifter can train smarter, recover faster, and continue improving. And in turn, more muscles with more rest and reps means more muscles more often. Thank you very much.